Hello all of you awesome people out there, and welcome back to another super awesome and mega wicked cool video done by myself at Disowned Hero. And today I'm going to be giving a quick overview of a game I've been playing a lot over the last week or so, and that is Apex Legends. Now this is a battle royale styled FPS game which just seems to have popped up out of the middle of nowhere, which is kind of weird since it's made by the same people who actually made Titanfall, and that is Respawn. Now I am completely new to battle royale games. This is actually the first one I've played, but straight away I can tell that the game mechanics work well. Everything looks nice. There is a few bugs which we'll cover later, but above all it's fun and I just can't seem to get enough of it. So the game itself, like I said, it is a battle royale game, and if you've ever heard of these games before, you'll pretty much know how this one's going to run. You'll start off in a dropship which is slowly traversing the map, and at any point you can jump out, land, find guns, ammunition, health potions, all that kind of good stuff to help annihilate absolutely everybody else around you. The difference with Apex Online though is that it's heavily focused around teamwork, with players working in 3-man groups as opposed to lone star individuals. The idea is to be the last team standing, not necessarily the last person. Now I've been playing solo and was expecting to be kind of shunned by the game for not having any friends playing with me, but instead the in-game matchmaking would pair me with other players of similar skill about 90% of the time, and since the game has a built-in chat feature for each team, it meant communicating really wasn't a problem. In fact, half the time it wasn't even needed. Rather cleverly, Respawn has introduced what they call a ping feature, where a simple click of the mouse or button, since this is available on multiple platforms, can alert your team to enemies, loot, guns, ammunition and anything else you find, as well as even letting them know which way you want to move. This is done through the use of visual markers, dots on the minimap and callouts from your character. No longer will you have the confusion of which tree are you talking about, or am I even in the right house? So it's easy to use, it works brilliantly, and even new players will find it a breeze to get into. Now, as well as trying to be the last team standing, you can work towards what's known as becoming a kill master. And to become the kill master, all you basically need to do is have the most amount of kills in that game when the old kill master dies. And all that will happen is the banners around the map will change to display your team's pictures, and you'll get a few extra points at the end. To me it seems a bit pointless because I'd rather survive and be the last team alive than die early on with the most kills. Next, let's go over how the game works from the point of first loading it up. Once you've checked over a few options and had a click around, you have the option to start the tutorial mission, which will introduce you to the basic controls and elements of the game. The tutorial takes place on a rather nice and varied shooting range, and once you've performed all the necessary basic tasks such as crouching, jumping and, well, shooting a weapon, you are free to take advantage of this practice area by testing out pretty much every weapon the game has to offer, which can be found in the weapon holders around you, as well as lots of ammunition, targets and a lot of open space, so you can really figure out which weapon is best for you. As a new player, I would definitely recommend spending some time here to learn how each gun performs at different ranges, what damages you can get out of them, and also their spray patterns. Once you've had your fill of shooting metal targets in the face, or privates depending on the person you're shooting, you are ready to enter the arena. The load up time for this at the moment is pretty much instantly, but can sometimes take 1 or 2 minutes. And you'll be matched with 2 other people if you've not already formed a team of friends already. You'll have a limited amount of time to select a character, which as of right now consists of 6 free characters and 2 locked behind a little bit of a paywall. Each have their own abilities and playstyles, so as well as finding the right guns you like, you'll also have to find the right character as well. 6 free ones as of now are Bloodhound, who can use abilities to help stalk and find targets, Gibraltar, who is a giant shield wielding powerhouse, Lifeline, the combat medic who can help other players and call in rare items, Pathfinder, the rather hilarious robot who can grapple his way to out of reach places, Wraith, who hears voices when enemies are nearby or targeting her, and she can also teleport, Gibraltar, the explosive wielding heavy hitting commando, and the other 2 are Caustic, who is a crazed scientist who uses poisonous gas to torment and drive out enemies, and lastly Mirage, the quite funny trickster who uses hollow technology to get the upper hand. It's good to know that all characters can use all weapons, and they all run at the same speed, jump at the same height, and only differ through their abilities. It might have been nice to see them maybe get boosts to certain weapon types, but unfortunately that's not to be yet. As of my experience, it doesn't really matter which character you pick as far as teams go. Simply pick one you're comfortable with playing, and maybe pick an extra one just in case the one you like gets chosen by someone else. So the teams are set and the game has started. Someone in your team will have been randomly chosen to be the jump master. The jump master chooses when to jump out of the ship and controls the team's descent to the desired destination, but it's good to note that at any point players can jump for themselves or leave the formation if they wish. The skies are now filled with teams all descending as fast as possible to begin the manic dash to find weapons and ammo. This part is extremely amusing, especially when you run into an enemy player who also doesn't have a gun and a good old fist fight breaks out. You do have limited space in your inventory, so keep an eye out for bags to help increase it along the way. Respawn have made it super easy to know if you need a particular item or attachment by putting symbols next to their information, letting you know if you have anything that can take advantage of what you're picking up. From here on out, it's a simple case of stay in the circle and don't die. There are 20 other teams on the map somewhere, consisting of 60 people, so awareness is key. One thing to remember is to ping everything. See an enemy? Ping him. See some buildings that look like they may have been looted? Ping it. Turn the corner to be face to face with an enemy? Well, let a few rounds off first, but then make sure you ping it. Teamwork really is key to winning. I myself have been in teams that don't seem to ping things for whatever reason, and when you see bullets flying around but you can't see people and you don't know where the fire is coming from, you really do feel as useful as a chocolate fireplace. If you do go down, don't worry, your teammates can revive you, and if you get killed whilst being downed, don't instantly quit the game, as a team member can still get your tag from your loot box, go to a respawn beacon and just call you back in. You will start with no items or weapons, so be prepared to go scavenging if your team doesn't give you anything. The gameplay is fun, and even though you can't wall run like in the Titanfall series, your character can still scale fairly high walls, get on top of buildings and reach some pretty high heights. This adds to the game's charms, and it's always fun dropping behind a team that's just ran past you as you hit on a ledge or in the rafters of a building. You also don't take fall damage, so don't be scared of jumping off things. Movement is fast, put your weapon away and slide down a large hill, and you can cover some rather large distances pretty quickly. Firing while sliding, by the way, also looks super cool even if you don't hit anything. Weapons also feel rather balanced, with the exception of maybe a few shotguns doing rather high damages at range. Sniper rifles are also a bit underused, and this is mainly down to the team mechanics. If you do manage to down a player at range, then their team will simply just pick him back up, unless the rest of your team can get close enough to finish him or her off. Add that to the fact that they're very loud, and basically you're giving your position away to potentially 57 other people, makes them more of a hindrance than a must have. So you've either managed to stay till the end and be the last team standing, or you've died in the most triumphant way possible, but either way a game has to end. And once a game has ended, you will get experience which will go towards your next level. At the end of each level you get a rather funky looking loot box which will give you some sort of nice skin or a banner or an animation and other cool stuff you can use on your characters. Other than that, you're simply playing to win and to be able to brag to all your friends how you overcame the odds to end up on the top. There are still one or two minor bugs in the game. I actually ran into one whilst recording footage for this video where I was knocked down and revived again, but for whatever reason my character just wouldn't stop crawling. In the end I had to wave bye to my team as they sprinted away to stay in the ring, and I was left to my fate. Other than that one time, everything else has been extremely minor, with doors not opening correctly but still usable, animations being a little off and occasionally seeing a miss in texture. All in all, the game is extremely well polished considering it's only been released for about a month. And it's also really amusing, and you'll find yourself staying up to the early hours of the morning with just one more time syndrome. Definitely a must try, and considering it's free, I really don't know why you wouldn't. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say, so thank you all so much for watching. If you did like this video, then please hit the like button down below if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you right here very soon in another video. Bye bye. And in this episode I'm going to be giving you a quick overview / review of EVE Online and what I think you need to know if you're planning on playing this for the very first time. Now, in case you don't know, I am only a small YouTuber with dreams of being big, and a lot of my content is based around EVE Online. I do how-to guides, entertainment videos, and just general